Ferrari Red! Today, we're going to be taking a look at a Casablanca Delta II in Ferrari Red, the most sought after and desirable of all the Casablanca finishes. Certainly not the rarest, but certainly one of the most in-demand and popular of the rare finishes Casablanca had, which was quite a large number of finishes. There is one of these in the Fanimation Museum, and pretty much every collector chases after this finish, like young teen girls chasing after members of One Direction. This is the second overall Ferrari Red Casablanca that I own, the first being a Ferrari Red Lady Delta that I got in March of last year. And as you can see, this fan has a Ferrari Red K4B on it, which is one of the most popular light kits you can find this fan in, and also one of the only light kits, period, you can find this fan in. One of the most in-demand, quote-unquote, combinations is this K4B on the Ferrari Red Lady Delta, so maybe I'll do that combination someday, now that I have the proper parts to do it. Unfortunately, one of the arms on the K4B is broken right off. As you can see, the original owner tried to repair it with zip ties at one point, but it came back off again. The owner did tell me that this arm broke a number of years ago, and that they had tried to, patch it back together. I do have the little piece that goes right here, and that's what the zip tie was holding. It just slipped out. So yeah, this thing just kind of dangles. And as for the other three, they are all intact. The joints are a little stiff on some of them, but they are intact. And this was also done by the original owner. The pull chain is threaded out of the bottom hole, as opposed to the one on the side. And I just left it as it is because it really doesn't change anything about the fan, and I don't really mind. And then there's the tag. Fan is from May of 1988. And because it's from 1988, that does mean it has a 4.5 flywheel. And I'm only using 4 blades because it's more traditional and I like the symmetry. Overall, this fan is in fairly good shape. As I mentioned, one of the arms on the K4B is really broken. And also, the blades do have some nicks and scuffs on the top sides of them. And the blades are also a teensy tiny bit bleached. It's not that hard to notice, but in certain lighting situations, the blades can look a little more like a dark orange as opposed to a full-on red. And then also, the bearings do make some dry bearing noise. When I first got the fan, they were kind of hissy and scratchy, but actually the more I've ran the fan, the quieter they've gotten. But apart from those things, the fan is in really good shape. It's very fast, very powerful, well balanced. And other than the blades, the finish is in very nice shape. And it did come to me 100% complete. Here is the downrod, with one of those obnoxious stickers that a lot of late 80s Casablancas had on their downrods. And here's the hang true, which, as you can see, when the original owners or whoever repainted the ceiling, they did a really bad job of avoiding this hang true, but hopefully I can get all that out at some point. Anyways, now I'll go ahead and turn the light on. And of course the K4B, or more commonly known as the Spotlight Kit, has these 4 adjustable lights, similar to a spotlight on the stage of a theater. And now we'll start the fan up on low. And it does have a bit of a motor hum to it as well. but it isn't that loud. You can really only hear it if you're like intentionally listening for it. Now we'll take it up to medium. So, as some of you may be aware, I am a bit of a rare finish hoarder, especially with the Delta II. I'm currently in the process of trying to collect all of the designer series colors for the Delta II. And of the 7 that appeared in catalogs and that I am aware of, I have 6 of those 7. And pretty much all of them have videos on my channel at this point, like my Moroccan Sand Delta II, my Decorator Mauve Delta II, Dusty Rose, Snow White, Glossy Black, and now this one. So, the only one that I'm missing at the current moment is Designer Gray. And of course there are plenty of other of the later finishes that I also don't have, like Champagne and Brushed Nickel and Textured Rust, but those will all come, hopefully, later on. But my collection is getting rather colorful. That is for sure. Well, or about as colorful as the Casablanca Designer Series gets, which isn't that colorful. I still really wish they made a green of some kind. Anyways, I'll take it to high. As I said before, the fan is very fast and very powerful. And you can probably even see that one broken spotlight kit blowing around in the wind a little bit, as there really is nothing holding it except for the conduit. And there you go. A Casablanca Delta II in Ferrari Red.